Jacoby, Christensen, Atkin, Blackburn and TJ Horn. 20 laps. This is mini feature number 1 for night number 1 of the Toowoomba and Steering Suspension T-Bar Nationals, and we are off with a belting start with Raymond and Clark. Side by side, look at Jake Druitt rip down the concrete. Oh no!
Oh, that was a big escape.
A big escape. Jordan Cunningham turned around after it. And Raymond gets a ripping start. Look at Druitt. Rails the top. And Jake Druitt is on a mill. We've lost the wheel.
Right rear off Jacob Jetson. Right rear off Jetson's car, and we will need to go yellow, yellow, yellow. And we do in mini feature number 1, Ryan.
Raymond ripping start. Max Clark right behind him. He slides up the racetrack. See if he can rip up here on the top. It's good. Walling and Brad Herbert. A little bit of contact there. Jake Druitt trying to get his skates on. Gilroy rolling around pretty good on the top. Look at Dylan Barrow. This kid's a jet. In the V17. Just to the front of screen there with Gilroy behind him. Herbert slides up the racetrack. Max Clark goes to the bottom.
Wow.
And muscles up on Raymond. And they're side by side for the lead.
Clark and Raymond hammer and tongs in mini feature number 1. Clark down low, Raymond upstairs. Clark gets in the door again. Tries to unsettle the Gimpy 28. Look at Greg Walling now locked out of the bottom. He's buying in with 3 wide for 4th. It's messy. Further back in the field. Druitt, Gilroy and Jorgensen. They're 3 across the track for about 8 now, Ryan.
Wow, ripping race. Racetrack's on point. Max Clark back at Raymond, still side by side for the lead. Raymond the upper hand out of turn 2, or turn 4 that time. Dylan Barrow around the outside of Shane McDonald. He looks good on the bottom though. Herbert into position 3. Walling is 4th. McDonald 5th. Dylan Barrow 6th. Jorgensen, Gilroy. Herbert is loose as a goose. In turn 4 that time, and he gets swallowed up. Look at the cars right across the racetrack all night.
You make one mistake and you get absolutely spanked. Drops back to position number 5. Jorgensen gives him a shot in the back bumper. Still 3 wide mid-pack. Come on, Toowoomba. Gilroy upstairs. Greg Walling through the middle. Jorgo on the bottom. Jake Druitt's run out of patience. And Dylan Barrow goes back to the outside of Shane McDonald now, Ryan.
Ripping race. As Max Clark will slide Raymond here. But he can't get just through enough. They make slide contact. Out of 2 that time. Raymond, Max Clark, Barrow and McDonald are side by side. Raymond out in front.
They made up about 4 spots in the last 2 laps. Druitt is on a charge now that he's got some fresh air. Sailing around the top side. He's up on the back of Herbert now. On Barrow and Shane McDonald, but we look back to our lead. Clark right back there on the back bumper of Aiden Raymond. What a race.
Ripping race. Max Clark contact with Raymond that time. We keep going. Druitt's ripping the top still. Look at the EA, it's got some pace. Look at him in top of screen right now. Druitt banging down the cushion. At Hi-Tec all Toowoomba Speedway. Just grabs the Toowoomba Speedway sign that time by. Raymond still leads. Max Clark, Barrow, McDonald side by side. The 17 of Barrow's now in 3rd officially. But for how long as McDonald comes back on the bottom? Wow.
He won to run next time by. Aiden Raymond has not been left alone at all by Max Clark. Clark goes with him. Final Barrow and McDonald still side by side. Herbert and Druitt still side by side.
Down the back straight for the final time for Toowoomba Steering and Suspension Night 1. Mini feature number 1, and Raymond wins. Max Clark home in 2nd. Dylan Barrow home in 3rd. McDonald, Druitt 5th. Brad Herbert will be next across the line. Jorgensen, Gilroy. Oh, Druitt's over.
Oh, Druitt, big rollover.
Massive. Red line, big crash for Druitt after the checkered flag.
He's climbing from the car. Toowoomba, make some noise for the snake, Jake Druitt. And this is like a monster divot in the track. This is from the top of the car. It full nose stood. I'm so glad to see Jake out of the car and taking some deep breaths with the crash crew. And he won't want to see this. So this is Barrow slowing down after the race. Oh! And that was a monster. And Shelford to lead us away. Mini feature number 2 for Toowoomba Steering and Suspension, the T-Bar Nationals. 4th annual running, and we are go for mini feature number 2. And Berkeley does as he says, straight to the top side in 1 and 2. 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Ryan, look at this. Shelford on the top now too.
Here we go. Shelford on the outside of Pimenta. Kai Walters and Berkeley run side by side. 3 wide, in fact, because Menzies is on in it. Nathan McDonald is there as well. But look at the lead. Pimenta on the bottom. Shelford on the top of the racetrack. It's 15 laps of chaos here. Walters wants the top as well. That's where Berkeley is. He switches back to the bottom. And look at this race as Shelford goes to the bottom and slides up in front of Pimenta and takes the lead.
Wow, Shelford, no mucking around. Got the elbows out on Rocket. Cracks it off the limit and back straight away. Berkeley on the bottom now. Rocket, Shelford, Berkeley, Walters back around the outside. What a race, Ryan.
Pimenta slides up into the lead. That's a Hail Mary. If I've ever seen one, Mick Shelford back to the lead. Berkeley to the bottom now. He nearly hits the front. Berkeley on the bottom of the racetrack. Walters on the outside back to position 2. OMG, this is off its head.
She is a dog-eat-dog world out there right now. Berkeley and Walters exchanging planetaries. These two are good friends of the racetrack, and now they're hammered down, banging panels for 2nd and 3rd in prelim feature number 1 or 2.
Phenomenal race. Walters and Berkeley give each other room. Good mates off the racetrack as Pimenta comes back in Berkeley now. This is epic stuff. Mick Shelford out in front, the Queensland champ. Kai Walters, remember their race of the Queensland title here. It was epic as well, and they go at it again in mini feature number 2.
And Pimenta switches back to the bottom. He's hard on the limiter at the end of the next straightaway. The car's geared to run the bottom, not the top. So that's why Rodney Pimenta's gone back to the bottom. He doesn't have the legs to run the top side. As Shelford and Walters still 1st and 2nd. Look at Walters now. Look to the inside of Mick Shelford. Pimenta coming on too here, right? Halfway done.
Yeah, halfway home here. And we are on as Kai Walters is coming on in the later part of this race. Shelford, Walters, Pimenta, McDonald up the inside. Kai Walters slide jump for the lead. And Walters hits the front. Victoria won and Queensland won. Slide jump City in a modified sedan race.
This is epic. The AU Falcon goes to the top side in 3 and 4. Shelford coming back now, trying to close in on Kai Walters. Berkeley, Pimenta and Nathan McDonald still 3rd, 4th and 5th battling it out. There you see him on the screen right now.
Oh, this makes me happy. Every bit of my body is loving this. Kai Walters, Mick Shelford, Pimenta. McDonald was a rocket ship off the bottom that time. Oh, as Trev Logan's turned around.
You're right front, fell out of the car, Ryan. We need to go yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the racetrack right now.
Yeah.
We do. And you can forgive the stewards for taking a moment to see it.
Who will win? Mini feature 2 and pocket 5 hunch. And some nice points to go along with it. We're off and running. And we're 3 wide for the lead here. And Kai Walters is handy. Look at Nathan McDonald on the bottom. NMAC, we're 4 wide down the main straight with 3 to run. Rocket on the bottom. Look at this. This is stupid. NMAC is a rocket ship off turn 4. Have a go at this, would ya? Kai Walters on the top. NMAC, Shelford, Berkeley, Pimenta. It does not get any better than this with 2 to run. It is phenomenal. Carlin wants in on this. Walters, your leader. Mick Shelford, Enmac, Pimenta. White flag comes out in mini feature 2. Walters, your leader. Shelford still sits second. McDonald's just in third. Pimenta on the top. Is there a Hail Mary? Are they happy? Kai Walters in the Australian Racing Products Victoria number 1 will win mini feature 2. Shelford gets second. Enmac third. Pimenta, Berkeley. Nelson, Carlin, Menzies, Cameron, Darcy Wilson. Wow, wow, wow.